It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. You know, the Managed Print Services Association, been around for a while, and recently we heard someone say, hey, we ought to change the name of it, make it more relevant to today's deliverable. And I was thinking to myself, man, I have a fantastic name for the Managed Print Services Association. But before I tell you the name, I got to go to the LinkedIn group called Managed Print Services Association, because they have one out there. Here it is. Let's pull it up. Managed Print Services Association. They got 2,818 members in this group. And here's something interesting. If you scroll it up, you'll see some articles written. Let me get it up here. Here's one written. Someone's talking about, they're selling some ink. Come down here. Here's a person, they're an entrepreneur, an operational manager. Pretty good article there. Kind of interesting. And then you come down here. Here's one from Ray. Yeah, the end of the day with Ray. There's a video up there. You come down here. Oh, there's another one. The end of the day with Ray. You come down here. Oh, there's an article by somebody different than Ray. Cedric. He's got an article out there about production print or something. Come up here. Oh, there's another article selling some ink. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, another article, the end of the day with Ray. End of the day with Ray. End of the day with Ray. Ray. So I was thinking to myself, folks, here's the reality. About 95% of the content in the Managed Print Services Association group on LinkedIn is my content. So here's what we ought to do. We ought to just call the Managed Print Services Association the End of the Day with Ray Association. Seriously. 2,818 members, join my group. Just kidding, folks. But here's what I will tell you. I'm not going to put any more content on the Managed Print Services Association group. I'm sure the group leaders are so excited about that. Oh, thank God he's not going to put anything out here anymore because he's so negative about A3 copy machines. He makes people in the industry so mad. He's too disruptive. So I'm not going to put it there anymore. I've decided I'm not going to put any of my content on any of the imaging channels, groups in LinkedIn anymore. If you want to read my content, you're going to go to endofthedayWithRay.com, A4Revolution.com, or Tesra, theinnovationchannel.com. That's Tesra, TIC.com. Those are the place. That's the place. You can read all my content. Of course, I'll still post my videos on LinkedIn. And I got my YouTube channel out there that's growing fantastic. And I want to thank all the supporters, all those individual supporters of the End of the Day with Ray, the corporate sponsors. Things are going great. But the bottom line is, I'm not going to give the imaging channel my content anymore. Because maybe they just read it, they get so depressed they can't think. Because here's the problem. I'm not seeing anything out there. And you know what? I spend more time in that digital landscape than anybody in the imaging channel. That's a fact. I'll challenge anybody on that. I spend more time in that landscape than anybody. I've lived there for almost 4.5 years. And what's amazing to me is we're not seeing anything in that digital landscape, any articles, any blogs. I'm not going to say any. There's a few. There's one or two where people are talking about the future of our channel. We're still trying to keep ourselves relevant. I wrote an article a while back. Let me pull that up. And, I had to use this Blockbuster thing because it's such a good parody, Blockbuster Netflix. But the title of the thing was Imaging Channel. Who's the buyer of yesterday's relevance? It's not the end user. And the first couple sentences, it seems when industries are in disruptions, its actors waste too much time selling themselves on why they're still relevant, instead of selling themselves on a new relevance. We spend so much time. We've spent the last month and a half while we're all in sequester convincing ourselves of our still relevance. We're seeing things like, this lunacy of home printers and service, come to us, we're going to help you, is insanity. The people already have a printer in their house. They've been gone for 6-8 weeks. Stop the nonsense. I've seen something the other day where we're putting a printer in somebody's house for $10 a month with 2 cartridges. We're going to deliver it to you. What in the hell? First of all, you can't make any money doing that. And second of all, what are you doing? Are you going to sell 10,000 of these? It's not enough to have a business model. Dealer owners, we're reacting. We're reacting to a situation and we look silly doing it. If I look at the companies that really understand IT services, they don't have there, we're going to give you a home printer. They have there, we're going to give you a home environment, a digital landscape to work remote. We're going to manage your VPN. We're going to manage your ISP. We're going to manage your backup and your firewalls. We're going to make sure you have the right equipment in your home. We're going to make sure that you're using spamware and virus protection. We want to deliver you a package to make your employee feel safe. It's not about putting a damn printer in their house with toner. If that's all we got, Imaging Channel, we're going to just absolutely fall off the cliff. That's a component of IT. It's not the whole damn deliverable. And every time you go to your one of these websites and you see that, that's what a customer thinks. These lunatics, I don't need a printer. They probably just told their employees to go buy one from Amazon. Did you ever think of that? When you get home, just buy a printer. Put it on the expense account. But we keep fooling ourselves because we see an article. I saw an article this morning. The average person prints 10,000 pages a day or a year. Who the hell prints 10,000 pages a year as an average in an office? Give me a break. That's 50 pages a day at 200 days a year working. That's just pure insanity. I mean, maybe that's the average of people that work in a print shop. I just don't understand why we have to convince ourselves that people are still printing at the levels they were printing in 2000 or 1990. We got to stop the nonsense. You know, let's talk about an A4 strategy. Let's talk about how we're going to go into the marketplace a different way. I mean, we got people. Here's the reality, and this is absolutely, you can bank on it. I got to tell you, folks, I've gotten a lot of things right. So bank on this. This thing's going to end in certain markets. It's going to, it's going to be one of these things where something opens, some stuff's closed. We're going to get open and closed. But eventually everybody will be out there. And when you open up, you're going to have a little bit of a spike in business. You're going to feel really good about it, I'm telling you. Because our business is 90 days behind. 90 days behind. All the stuff your reps were working on, got put on hold. They were getting ready to close it. Boom, go home, sequester, panic, virus, all this crazy stuff happened. Now they're going to come back. Some of those customers are going to feel a little bit good. Oh, man, thank God that's over. Now I can buy my copier. I don't think it's going to be, record numbers, but there's going to be enough of them to make you feel good. They're going to go ahead and consummate the deals that have already been working. But here's what you got to think about. For the last 45 days, 2 months, some cases it could be 3 months, those reps weren't getting any activity going. Oh, I'm sure there was a couple things going on, but for the most part, people weren't really concerned about upgrading their print equipment and their copy machines. And so there was a lull in activity. We all admit that. We all know that. Don't lie to me and tell me you got all kinds of stuff working, because you don't. So that means that after we have this little bit of a spike, we're going to have this lull. And while we're having the lull, the customers are going to be exploring in their mind what's essential and what's not. They're going to be exploring in their mind, do I really need to upgrade A3 equipment? And there's going to be a whole lot of marketing. A lot of it's going to come from me, buddy. There's going to be a whole lot of marketing telling those end users not to be bullied into an A3 copy machine that they don't need. And I'll probably make some of my friends in the Imaging Channel a little bit upset about the intensive marketing that I plan to do. But I'm going to do it. Because I see the end users as needing technology providers that can deliver them solutions that are relevant to the times. And I'm going to look for those partners and those dealers that want to sell themselves on the new relevance, that want to understand it in their mind and do whatever they got to do so they can help their customers, deliver the future to their customers present. But I got to tell you something. As I look in this digital landscape, as I look at the blogs and I look at all this information being spewed across the internet, it appears that there's a whole lot of the channel. There's a whole lot of the channel that still believes that everything's just fine. And unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of upset people 6 months from now. But there will be some fantastic opportunities for those that are willing to go where their competition refuses to go. I'm going to end this like I always do. Status quo's the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and I'll see you all tomorrow. I got a special End of the Day with Ray Saturday special coming up tomorrow. Have a great day, my friends.